What it do? How we feeling? How you guys doing? I hope you're jazzed, excited, and ready to be here. Welcome to the Build a Brand course. This is a branding masterclass from my company, Notable. My name is Will, and in this course, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about taking your idea from an idea to an actual, fully functioning, ready to launch brand. Sit down, buckle up, and gear up because as we go throughout this course, we're going to travel through and explore the 6 pillars of branding. And I'm going to show you how to use each of them to get you from point A all the way through to B. Now, if you're a great student and you've been getting ahead by poking around looking at the course outline, you're going to notice that this course is divided into 6 different sections, or what I'm calling modules. These modules include number 1, an intro to branding. Number 2, brand differentiation. From there, we're going to explore brand collaboration, and we're going to wrap it all up by looking at brand innovation, validation, and cultivation. All right, this is super duper important. I want you guys to take notes. Okay, you don't have to take notes just yet, but do try to remember that each module is going to contain at least 3 chapters, each of which will be filled with steps that you need to master before you can move on to the next chapter. Now, I don't just want to be that professor that sits there and goes, hey guys, and you've enrolled in this course and now it's time that you teach yourself. So with that said, I will totally be available as you progress throughout the course to answer any questions you have, whether that be through our Discord community or via email. Whatever works best for you works best for me. Just let me know, hit me up, I got you. My goal as a professor or teacher of this course is to ensure that by the end of it, you're going to understand all the ins and outs with regard to launching and building a brand and feel confident doing it yourself. Here's the deal, this is how I got into the whole branding game. So back in the day when I was in high school, 17, 18 years old, I remember thinking to myself, wow, apps are so freaking cool. I want to design and launch an app. So what did I do? I got a couple homies together and we started meeting up at the local coffee shop and we started designing this music discovery app. As I was working on it in college, we ended up turning that music discovery app into a platform that supported emerging musicians and tailored the discovery of their music to listeners' moods. As we continued to work on this project, we had some pretty unique experiences along the way, the least of which included showcasing the app at the Latin Grammys and then the Latin Billboards. One of the crazy facts about this app is that as I was working on it, I was totally bootstrapped, which means I had no funding from outside investors. So the way I was actually funding the app at the time was doing brand consultation and design for a bunch of other startups that were early stage. Eventually, the app got to around about 15,000 monthly active users and received close to a 5-star rating in both the iOS and Android app stores. Now, because of this growth and the lack of money that we had, but also at this point burnout that was coming along with working on the project for so long, we ended up sunsetting the project. From there, I took a break and I started a creative agency, and that creative agency worked with companies of all shapes and sizes. And in that creative agency, I took on the role of creative director and worked on everything from app and product design to brand and brand strategy, as well as the development of brand identity. A few of the most notable, no pun intended, projects that I worked on during my time at Line Agency as a creative director were probably Flare and Puzzle. Flare was a personal safety app designed to prevent sexual assault, and Puzzle was all about making organization super easy. Eventually, I got a little sick and tired of the whole creative director, work with one project every month kind of deal that was going on at Line Agency, and I decided to join a startup called SmartRents. SmartRents was based out of Arizona, and when I joined at the time, they were automating commercial apartment units. It was a little bit of a different space for me because it was B2B, but I stuck it out and eventually ended up leading design on a couple of different projects. Ultimately, after the company IPO'd in April, I ended up leaving and going to a smaller startup in New York City called Lev. Long story short, that didn't work out super well, just a difference in opinions and a desire to focus on other projects. So as a result, I decided to double down on Notable, my design coaching company. And from there, the rest is kind of history. But you might also find it interesting that I'm working on a pretty cool project with another New York City-based startup called Every. And what we are doing at Every is we're making it super easy to invest in alternative assets. Long story short, if you're a curator and you have dope assets that you want to put on the market and have traded, well, now you can connect with investors that will help you trade those assets. All right, enough of that long-winded, crazy introduction / background. If you've still got questions about what I've been up to or my career over the past couple years, I'd encourage you to check out my LinkedIn or go to my website, wilbayne.design. That's Will with 1 L. Now, you might be wondering yourself, what are we actually going to be doing in this course? Well, as far as this course, what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be exploring the fundamentals of branding, what creates a successful and an unsuccessful brand, and also we're going to learn about how to avoid common pitfalls and build a brand all the way from A through Z. Now, when it comes to doing all this and actually building a brand, we're going to need an example. So for the sake of this course, we're going to build a brand for a music company / startup. Pay attention, because throughout the course, we're going to use the music company alongside a bunch of other examples to explore the foundations of branding, brand differentiation, collaboration, innovation, validation, and cultivation. But why is this course important? What makes it a great investment for you and your brand? Well, this course is going to, number one, be short, sweet, simple, and to the point, and it's going to provide you a step-by-step guide on how to build a brand. Throughout the course, we're not going to just talk about a bunch of metaphorical him and a hum and a ha. Instead, we're going to focus on real life examples and engage in hands-on activities that will help you build your brand in real time. That way, by the end of the course, you have a robust, ready to launch brand. Now, I think that covers everything. But if you feel like I missed something or have more questions, feel free to hit me up via email or in our Discord channel. To avoid spending any more time on the formalities and introduction to this course, let's just hop into it and get started. I'll see you over in the introduction to branding. Until next time, peace.